Yo, what's going on, guys? Savage here. Today I've got a very important video for you guys. We will be covering 6 pro tips that I want to give you guys in Warzone. Now, a lot of players should already know these things. However, most players do not, that or they don't practice it. Between the games that I'm spectating and watching other streamers play and watching my friends play, I just see these mistakes so many times. So I said, you know what? Let's just go ahead and put out a very basic video with very basic pro tips. Hopefully it'll help people who are newer to Warzone, who don't watch streams 24/7, who aren't playing 24/7, just your average Joe gamer who gets home from work from a 9 to 5, gets home from school and loads up Warzone and plays a couple games. Hopefully this video will help you guys out. But guys, before we get into the video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Also leave a like on the video. Let's get this video to 200 likes and follow me over on Twitch. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive into this. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead into it. I'm not gonna waste any more of your times. The first pro tip, guys, constantly go for kills and objectives. But Savage, why are you telling us this? This is duh. Okay, first off, don't dumb me. The whole premise behind getting kills consistently and getting objectives consistently is to increase your cash flow. I spectate so many players, whether I'm playing solos or quads. I spectate other players, my teammates, other streamers. I watch so many people play this game all the time just because I'm always playing this game. And I see too many people spending way too much time looting one area for like 5 minutes. You don't need to open 1,000 stashes. You don't have to search every building in the compound. Get that out of your head. Get it out of your head. It's hindering your gameplay. You spend so much time in one little area, you're not going to improve. Guys, get out of there. Guys, get your loadout, get what you need, and get out of there. Go for objectives, go for kills, become hungry, become a hunter. Try to get more kills and try to get more wins. When you stay in one compound for too long, what you're doing is you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. 1, your cash inflow is not coming in because you're not going to find that much money looting buildings. 2, as you're sitting in that compound, guess what else is happening? The rest of the map is rotating. So you're probably gonna have some teams coming in there. And if you're too busy looting, that means you're not gonna have UAVs. You're not gonna have your self revives. You're not gonna have the things you need to utilize in order to create a great match. This also goes for after you finish fighting a team. Guys, when you finish fighting a team, grab what you need and dip, because other players will hear you. I don't care if you have suppressors or not. Suppressors just suppress the sound. It doesn't take it away. So other players are hearing you guys shooting and they're making their way to you. So win a fight and get out quick. And in order to do that, the best way, in my opinion, the thing that keeps me busy is going for objectives consistently. We run into kills doing objectives. A lot of people don't like doing flag objectives because it lets enemies know where they're at. Good. Give them to me. Bring them in. The more the merrier. I could love an extra 4 kills. Come on, baby. Bring them to me. Like, guys, don't be afraid to get in fights. When I watch other tip videos and they're like, don't go for flag, it puts you in a bad position. Screw that. It's a video game. If you die, guess what? Launch it back up. Stop being a bitch. Come on, guys. Braven up. Go for objectives. Get better with it. If a team pushes you, don't be afraid to fight. Don't be afraid to fight. Constantly go for objectives. Constantly go for kills. That's the name of the game. All right, tip 2, advanced UAVs. This will follow tip number 1. Because you have this cash flow coming in, because you're doing objectives and things like that, you need to be buying UAVs and advanced UAVs. Now, if you're a solo player, you might not have that luxury, so this tip may be a little difficult for you. But if you're duos, trios, or quads player, this should be relatively easy. Now, in solos, you can drop advanced UAVs. Just use the same method of going for objectives and rack up your money. A lot of players are like, we're not using UAVs because of ghosts. And I put this in my last video. I literally made a video about this a couple days ago, but people in the comment section were like, everyone uses ghosts. You're an idiot. No, they don't. Bro, I play this game a lot. Whenever we have advanced UAV up there, I think minimum 25% of the lobby is on the advanced UAV. UAVs in general, when I use a UAV and I'm in a clustered area, it's very rare that there's not a blip on the UAV. Go for UAVs. Get this misconception out of your head that everyone and their mom's got ghosts. When people die, guess what? They come back from the gulag or from the heavens and they don't have ghost on. Not everyone in the game is going to have ghosts. Go for UAVs. It blows my mind that players refuse to buy UAVs because people are out ghost. Again, you are hindering your gameplay performance. Now, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just trying to be very emotional with this video to get my point across. In my opinion, UAVs are the second most important buy at the buy station. We'll get into the first in another video, but that to me is the second most important one. If you guys watch me on Twitch, you know whether we win or lose, usually mid-game, all of us are racked up. We all have tens or 20s of thousands of dollars. I think about half the games will throw you advanced UAV up, and I'll just sit there and spam UAV, 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 UAV. The reason why is it extends the life of the advanced UAV. So instead of getting a quick little advance, you have this long-term advanced UAV, and we'll run off and kill a team, and the advanced UAV will still be going on after the fight. If you have extra money, guys, don't just hold on to it. Don't just waste it. Don't just Be like, well, I got this money. Let me go ahead and buy this. Oh shit, I didn't need this. Use your money wisely. Always try to get the advanced UAV up if possible. All right, guys, so tip number 3 is going to be rotate early. Guys, this is more for late game than anything. Early game, you don't really need to rotate early. Be aware of the circle, but you don't need to rotate because it's such a big map and it's such a big area. The smaller the circle, the smaller the map, the more condensed the players are. When the circle does move to one direction and you're on the other side of it and you're going to have to move a good bit to get safe, if you wait, the chances are there's going to be a team on the edge waiting for your ass to gatekeep you and kill you. So basically when the circle rotates at in game, regardless of what you're doing, unless you're in immediate danger, go ahead and rotate, guys. I preach this daily. Again, early game, not so much, but late game, very important because everyone else will be rotating early to get the high ground, to get that building that's in the circle. So that players like you who are rotating after, you know, if you're getting tunnel vision at Becky Joe down there and you're just shooting off, you might kill them, you might not. What's the point? They're way away. They're not an immediate threat. By the time you finish dealing with whatever the hell you're dealing with and you go up to safe point, guess what? That team that's already beat you to the rotation is going to kill you. Guys, late game circles, rotate early. That's all there is to say about that. Pro tip number 4, and I see this a lot as well, and I was guilty of it for a while until a friend told me, hey bro, what are you doing? You're an idiot, straighten up and fix this shit. Hopefully at end game, you've already got your, your ghost class, which should be your second class, but hopefully late game, you've already gotten this. But in situations you die, you come back from the gulag, whatever the case may be, Warzone's a crazy game, so it doesn't always go to plan. But late game, if a stash falls from the heavens and you need to grab your ghost class, or you want to grab your ghost class, a trick to get in and out quickly is to have your top 2 classes. You know how they give you 10 classes? Your first class should always be your primary. Your second class should always be the ghost class of that class. So with saying that, say you run an M4 sniper as your primary. That's one of my main weapons. That's why we're going to say that. So say you run sniper with overkill and you have an M4 as your secondary. Your second class should be M4 and running ghost. So that means just an M4 and a pistol. That way, if you go to the crate and you pick up your ghost class, instead of sitting there swapping out your weapons and stuff and getting shot at by everybody else, you have your main medium to close range weapon that you can kind of fight off enemies with, and you now have ghost. And all you would have to do at that point is look at the ground, pick up your secondary, and run the hell away. That's it. It's so fast. It's so easy. Not many people do this. I'm not sure why, but guys, make sure you have your top 2 loadouts as your primary and your ghost class. Now for me, as you'll see here, I have it layered. I'll have my primary class with a ghost class. I have my secondary class with a ghost class to that, and I'll have my third class with a ghost class to that. Those 3 classes have different purposes, and I explained that in another video that I will link in this description as well if you guys are interested in that. But again, guys, this helps you get in and out relatively quick. Now for my 5th pro tip, suppressive fire. Again, this is late game, so this is very important. I want you guys to close your eyes, visualize with me that you and your team are at the end game, second to last circle, circle's closing in. You're in an intense fight right now. There's 13 people up, very small circle. You have a teammate that's trapped against the edge of the circle and the circle's pushing him in, but he can't move because he's being shot at. And if he leaves his cover, he's going to get killed. So a lot of people will just abandon that teammate. Like, oh, you're dead. Real rip. Good. GG's, brother. Watch the spectate. Hopefully clutch this. The thing to do would be to suppress fire onto the enemy. Now, suppressing fire is not what a lot of players think. When I tell teammates to suppress fire, a lot of times they just sit there and try to get the kill. That's not the point of suppressive fire. The objective of suppressing fire isn't to get the kill. If you can get the kill, cool. But the objective of it is just to suppress fire to keep that enemy submitted behind cover while your teammate can run to safety. This is very important, and I don't see hardly anyone utilizing it. Hardly anybody ever uses this tactic. I try to utilize this as much as possible. Again, if you watch my streams, you know that suppressive fire is super important to me because I would rather have all 4 of my teams alive at the end of the game than be down a man because I gave up hope on them and I decided to save myself instead of helping the team out. Guys, if your teammate's in a bad position, don't just put yourself out there to defend him, but try to get some suppressive fire on him, especially if you're already in cover. If you're in a safe spot, if you're in a window, if you're in a position to rotate and hopefully, get some suppressive fire from another angle, do that, guys. Your objective is to keep your team alive, win the game, and get kills. It's a team game, guys. One of your objectives should be to keep your teammates alive. All right, now tip 6, and this is, again, a common tip everyone should know, but I see so many times people don't utilize this, is self-res. Have self-res late game. Now, a lot of people are like, well, Savage, what if I use my self-res, blah, 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 blah. Well, we'll get into that. But again, if you're going from tip number 1, always keep your cash flow coming. You should be able to buy self-res left and right. There's been games where I bought 2, 3 self-reses. There's been games where I've died 3 or 4 times, you know, mid-game, my teammates have bought me back, and I end up still with enough money to buy self-res. You can always put yourself in a position to buy self-res late game, mid-game, early game, doesn't matter. I'm not huge on having self-res in the beginning of the game. I always preach middle to late game being your most important. The reason why is when it's late game and the circle's very, very small and you have a condensed amount of players on the field still, when you go down, the enemy is very, very unlikely to sit there and execute you while other people are shooting them in the face. So basically, like if you go down and your teammate's next to you, they're gonna probably transition to get the kill on the teammate. I've been a victim of this before as well. I've downed an entire squad before, but because I didn't execute them, all 4 of them had self-res, they popped up and they obliterated my face. You know, you want to go for executes late game, but a lot of people don't. So I always recommend buy self-res for late game, buy self-res late game. That way, when they're distracting their teammates, you can revive, you can plate up, and you can finish the fight. Now, this is the most important part, and I want to save it last. That way, the people that quit the video, they don't get this tip. Now, this should be common knowledge. Again, if you watch streams, you've seen people do it, you've learned it yourself. But again, not everybody watches streams. So this tip isn't for everyone. So if you're like, Savage, you're an idiot. This tip right here, when you're self-resing and you have a teammate near you, let him finish you off. As you're self-resing and you get close to finishing it, just stop and let your teammate stick you for the last of it. That saves your self-res and it's no sweat to your team. Now, if your teammate has to run out of cover to come to you to finish you off, ixnay that. Finish yourself off. Don't be selfish, bitch. Do not let your teammate run from safety all the way to you, probably get killed just to try to get the finish. If you're behind cover and you're safe and your teammate can't get to you, go ahead and pop the self-res yourself. But if a teammate's near you, let him finish you off as well. But look, guys, I really hope you guys are enjoying these videos. My main focus is to help everybody get better at Warzone. Again, some of these tips will be new to a lot of people. Some of these tips won't. This video and all my videos will not be made for everybody. Some people will already know these tips, and I feel like all these tips are pretty common knowledge. But again, I play this game 8 hours a day. So to me, my common knowledge isn't the same common knowledge as people who are getting home from school, getting home from work, who actually have real lives and things to do. So this video is more for them. If you guys are struggling with Warzone, feel free to send me some gameplay. Post it on YouTube, send me the YouTube link, and I can put your gameplay live on my channel and analyze the entire thing. And that way, hopefully, you can learn from your own gameplay. You guys are learning from my gameplay left and right, but it would be nice to analyze other people's gameplay as well. So guys, if you want to send me some gameplay, please go ahead, upload it to YouTube, send me the link via email, Twitter, Instagram, whatever the best case scenario for you is. And I will do my best to analyze it and hopefully teach you and others in the community. And hopefully you and everyone in the community, we can all learn from the mistakes that we make. But guys, y'all have a good one. I'll see you in the next video. Yo guys, what is going on? Savage here. I really hope you liked this video. Hopefully the newer players who are in the Warzone, the players who don't play this 24/7 and don't watch streams 24/7, hopefully this helps you guys out. If it did, guys, subscribe to the channel. Also leave a like on the video. Let's get this video to 300 likes and follow me over on Twitch. But until next time, boys, good luck in Warzone.